Hello, hello. This is Jen. I hope everybody's good. I'm here with an energy update, so welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not new. Thank you for being here. I haven't been here in such a long time. I was caught up in my 3D life. I was trying to make everything happen. I was trying to just get over this huge wave of I don't know what, and it kept me away from recording anything for this channel. Each time I was trying to sit down to record, I couldn't channel, I couldn't do anything. I was really just caught up in the 3D stuff, 3D world, and I'm happy I'm able to move to a different phase. So let me just get into it quickly. This is going to be a short video, serving as a December energy update. And also, one of the main subjects I want to talk about is the influence that we have on other people, whether we realize it or not, whether we are conscious of it or not. We're all one. If you've been following me for some time now, you know that I like to say that we're all brothers and sisters. We're all one. We're all related. So if you are living a life where you're not picking up your fair share of the deal, or you're not doing your work, you are influencing other people, whether you want to believe it or not. So let me explain that. There is this unified field that connects us to one another and to the wisdom of the universe. Through that unified field, the information can travel from one place to another, from one person to another. And if we are in a world where people are living a heart-based life and they do what they need to do, they, clean up their energy, they protect their energy, and they do what they're supposed to be doing, that sets out a form of vibration into the field so that the collective can benefit from it. The other way is true too. The other way around is also true. I mean, if someone is slacking or not doing their fair share of the work, not doing what they're supposed to do, that also goes into the unified field. Therefore, it can affect someone else in the world, whether you know that person or not. And this is where it gets very powerful. Through soul contracts, through knowing someone from a past life, you could be influenced by that person without your acknowledgement. I know it can be scary. That's the whole point of becoming more conscious, more aware of ourselves and our energy, and becoming self-masters at ourselves. Taking care of our energy, taking care of our stuff, of our shit, so that other people don't have to pick up our slack. Why am I talking about this now? Because it's the right time to talk about it. The whole point of ascension, the whole point of, taking pieces of the veil one at a time, taking them away, is to become more sensitive. And at this point, a lot of people that call themselves light worker, empath, name it, are sensitive enough that they can feel that. In the past, we weren't able to feel it the way we can now. Some people did. Some people were able, to say, hey, I feel like there's a spiritual connection with this person, and this person, each time they do this, I feel that. But that was kind of like a strange thing to say. But now, at the end of 2022, we're almost in December. Today we are November 28th. So in the last month of the year, a lot of people are starting to feel this now. So that's why it's important that we become more self-aware, so that we don't affect others without our acknowledgement, without us knowing that we may affect them positively, which is good, But what happens if we affect them negatively? Because that can happen too. We live in the world of duality. Both can happen. The other person on the other end receiving this can control to get it or not get it, but there's also this chemistry going on between, some people that it could become, or it can become, quite impossible to stop that unless the cords are 100% cut. But imagine if you're in a situation where you don't know where it comes from, where it's coming from. That could be like a real messy situation, right? So that's why, it is best, in my point of view anyway, to master ourselves, to become self-aware enough during the day that instead of being conscious of our thoughts 5% of the time, let's say we reverse that and we become conscious of our thoughts 95% of the time. Wouldn't that be a great way to influence others in a positive way? Because right now there's a lot of negative going in the world. There is a lot of purging that has been going on, especially since the past 2 eclipses. It's crazy what happened. It's crazy the energetic shift that we've been through. I mean, so many more people are now awakened, are becoming more sensitive, are becoming more like, hey, I see and feel energy. It's crazy. And this is just going to keep on occurring all the time. And right now we are going towards a full moon on December 8th, a new moon on December 23rd. And this new moon is going to be for the last one of the year, is going to be a very dualistic one. You get in or you get out. You choose which path you want, but this is where you make your decision. In fact, this new moon is going to feel a lot more like a full moon where you release instead of, receiving. We're going to be receiving a little bit later. And in December, don't be surprised if you find yourself being bitter or dealing with bitterness around you. This is what came up for the energies of December: bitterness, liberation. So as soon as that came up, that made me think of a lot of the releasing that has been going on in the past few weeks. So bitterness, liberation makes total sense. It's dealing with the aftershock of what happened. It's dealing with the acceptance that needs to be happening. Accepting things for what they are. Accepting that people did this or didn't do that. Accepting that this happened to us. And accepting that we are not that we can choose to move forward from it. So bitterness, liberation. There's also for December a lot of embodying of higher levels of consciousness. I mean, at the end of the year like that, we usually, go over our year, make a review, decide what was good, what was not good or less good, decide, what we want to do next and what not. So this embodiment, for those that are there, for those that are ready, is along the lines of the ascension that we've been going on all this time. I mean, if you are sensitive, you're going to become more sensitive. You're going to learn how to live with that now. You're going to let go of the old programs. It's always, always, always the same thing. It never changes. The mechanic of it is the same. We release, we receive. To receive, we need to release. And more people are doing or capable of channeling now. We're all capable of it. All. But it's just that we forgot. So we need to, bring that memory back in order to be able to use it in our day-to-day life. And a lot of more people are into that state now. And what's funny, though, is that for a lot of people, it's unconscious. They don't even know what's happening, but they're channeling. So if you are the one that is awakened or the one that can see clearly through what's going on, We need to help these people just be in their center, in their balance, in their powers. And we need to help them develop these powers to see what they can do, where they can go, you know. And along with that, there's a huge heart chakra opening for everybody. It's at different levels, depending where you're at on your journey, as I always mention. But huge heart opening, like if you're trying to live a life based on mental decisions, egoic decisions, you better be prepared for making the wrong decisions and choices. It's your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your body. Do what your body asks. And at this point, it's really important to stay hydrated and to stay on course with your sleep. Because the amount of energy we're receiving right now is crazy. A lot of people have reported to me that throughout the day, they're fairly normal, they're okay. But when the night comes, especially after having dinner, they become like useless with no more energy. I'm like that on Sundays. Like on some days, I'll eat dinner and after that, I'm just dead. There's nothing I can do that is productive in any way that we know in the physical form, aside from doing the dishes, for example. So usually what I do when that happens, I meditate. I meditate more because when that happens, we are downloading, we are receiving a lot of new information, and we are working on what's coming for us in the next few months. And at this point, I can tell you a lot of people are working on the first trimester of the next year of 2023. They are setting in place whatever needs to be set for them to achieve their goals, objectives, and to stay on their path. That's how I'm going to say it. So right now, if you feel lost, which can absolutely be possible, a lot of people have been struggling with their sense of identity for the past few months. And if you feel lost, know that this cycle should end by the end of this year because you will be a brand new person in 2023. So you are currently receiving those new information, new things, new stuff, and that's why you feel lost. So don't fight it. Don't resist it. It's useless to try to fight against it. Just allow it. Just allow it. So, sorry, I'm laughing because I have an inside joke with allow it with one of my friends. So if he's listening, that's for you. Allow it. So yeah, resistance. Like there's absolutely no point into resisting nothing at this point, especially if you are in soul connections. Don't resist. Like do what you need to do. And especially if you are in soul connections, if you are in soul connections that are bringing you trouble, that are, hurting you, but really hurting you to the point where you say, if I do this and I allow this person to do this, this is not unconditional love towards me. It may look like unconditional love towards that person on the outside, when you're on the outside of the situation looking in or whatever. But if you're inside and you're saying, you know what, this makes no sense. This is beyond my boundaries. As much as I love this person and as much as I want to show unconditional love to this person, if I stop loving myself unconditionally to love this person unconditionally, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. And of course, I'm talking about that from a level where you can put your ego aside and you can definitely say, I'm making this decision and it's not from my ego. It's for, my own highest good. I know deep down in my heart that when I let this person do this or treat me that way, it's not unconditional love. I do not need to accept this, and I need to choose myself. And loving myself unconditionally means putting boundaries. I'm specifically referring to soul connections and twin flames because there's so many things out there of, yeah, but you need to love them unconditionally. Yes, but no. Yes, but no. That's all I'm going to say. If it resonates with you, fine. If it doesn't, fine. Just move forward and, agree to disagree on this one. Everybody has a different story when it comes to that. And I know that for a lot of people, they are going through or enduring so many things. And I'm like, no, this is not divine at all. So, I don't get it. But anyway, that's my opinion. I don't want to get into that. No, that was not the point. So this is it for now. Short video for this energy update. I'll come back as soon as I can. I promise. I'm doing my best. Things should slow down for me. It's December, and I'm hoping that, everybody's safe, happy, and going towards the holidays, if you celebrate the holidays, with a happy soul, mind, and heart. You can follow me on social media at IndigoGirl555 on Instagram, IndigoGirl on Facebook, and you can reach out by email using indigogirl555@gmail.com. And until the next time, be well.